Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CEL Open Valorant 2020 sponsored by Bismo Esports. Today's match is between Exceeli Esports and ZTX Esports. I'm your caster and host, Jiggly, and I'm joined by my colleague, Cubes. So far, we're going to be starting on split. Ascent. Exceeli is going to be on attack, and ZTX is going to be defending. All right, going through, Exceeli is the previous tournament champions. They are arguably one of the best teams in Bangladesh in the Southeast Asian region. We'll be starting off with them heading on towards this A site.
Yeah, Jiggly. Exceeli has been dominating the Bangladesh area. They've been really good, and as I talk, they execute onto the S side and getting the Jet. The things behind them dealing a lot of damage as they're blinded. He doesn't get anyone though. He's still there. Actually, he gets one, gets two. But he gets picked off by the breach in the end though. It's now 3v2, and ZTX have to retake with two. It looks like
they're going to be playing a retake.
Right,
they're going to be approaching it very.
That's true because one's 2v2 now. Can they clutch this out? Is it? Oh, default nice. I think it's a better. Who's a better Sova? It's a 1v1. Sova throws the arrow, sticks it, and takes the right click and takes his head off the round, and it'll be first round to Exceeli.
Pretty close round, tight round for the pistol round. Well, let's talk about their compositions a bit.
Yeah.
See, Exceeli's choosing to run the Killjoy, and ZTX is opting for a Cypher instead.
Yeah, so I think Killjoy is better on this map because it's bigger, and she can get a lot of value off of her turrets and her their little boom bot thing on ball, whatever it's called, the alarm bot.
Yes, the alarm bot. Okay, so right now they're gonna be blinding up this tree area.
Ooh! Blood getting a nice pick onto the Omen, but the rain ends up a fire back.
Yeah, and looks like Exceeli's gonna be able to get to this A site for free. Yeah.
Yeah, but Omen, he isn't one. He can get huge value off of this. Well, he does. Oh, but it's nice flick and gets the Omen on one. It has to be a 3v1. They should be able to clean this up against the Cypher as he just has a classic, and there we go.
Yep, Exceeli forced there, which was a really good call.
Yeah, so a lot of what I'm seeing in the Bangladesh esports is a lot of people like to buy a Vandal on second round if they win it, or like a Phantom. They like to buy rifles on second round. What do you think about that?
I think if you can force it, if you win the first round, that's always a good decision to force on the second round. It really builds up the momentum in your favor. Obviously, it's always risky, but I'm curious to see as to which of the two rifles these players seem to prioritize, whether it be Vandal or Phantom. It seems like the Vandal is more favored.
Yeah, and then there's that random Odin there, the Silva Odin, popularized by Sinatra.
Yeah, yep. So we'll see. Oh, they're gonna be coming up this mid, trying to take mid control.
Plan will come out, but won't find anyone. Actually, on the side though, gets a Cypher caught off guard. Coming from A main, and the Otis Free comes down, gets the wall big, and Reina will just trade with the Killjoy, and now they get B side for free. As Phoenix, as Omen comes off the rotate off of A.
At this point, they're gonna have to play a retake, kind of try to pinch him out. Fortunately, the Phoenix gets taken out by the breach. It's all gonna be up to Aztecer here. He's gonna get cleaned up. Wow, so yeah, Exceeli's looking really strong, just as we expected right off the bat.
Yeah, Exceeli's looking real strong, but what I've learned is, you know, Ascent is the weird map, because the game that I casted, it was BDH versus I forgot. Was it BDH and ZE, I think? And BDH got destroyed on Ascent. They got like 13-6, but they clapped back and destroyed them back on Split and Haven.
Yeah, ZTX here is going to be on an eco round as Blood's going to get taken out in mid. That's going to create some space for Exceeli, and they're going to be creeping up this cat area. Omen's going to be waiting for them.
Omen peeks because
it's taken now. Exceeli's going to have this free A site. They're going to clear it out, and ZTX is still slow to rotate. Perhaps they opt to just save and not engage. That's to save economy and not trail too far behind Exceeli. You can see these players staying over on the B site. They're just going to let Exceeli take this site over for free.
They do have 2 sheriffs and a pistol, though. I'm not sure if they want to just sit here. They might try to want to get picks, get some crossfires going. Not like that, though. Not like that.
And Exceeli's going to be on the hunt here as they're looking for them towards this B site.
And the crossfire going. And ooh, Defund doesn't get one before he dies, though. And drag someone down with him as he goes.
So now their economy is going to be back, so they should be able to buy this round, give them a chance. And usually Ascent is seen as a CT-sided map. I'm curious to see if this Blood, they do pick up an op on the Sova. Not sure if they're going to let their Jet do that or if they're going to keep it on the Sova.
Yeah, especially with the op nerfs. Op's not that good anymore, so you can't jump peek anymore as well as you did previously. You can still jump peek, but
Yeah,
you're
it's a
gonna
bit
get
more
killed before you get
difficult.
shoot. Yeah.
Still just as good as holding an angle.
Yeah.
But it is nice to not have a map abused by an op the entire round.
Yeah,
The
it
entire
is
game,
nice.
I mean.
I rarely see an op in comp now.
Yeah, they're a lot more rare.
But Exceeli going.
Yeah, they look really strong. And some things to make note of on Exceeli, their IGL is actually Service, their Omen player, and someone to watch for them has been Blood.
Yeah, has been popping off so far, but it's only the 4th round.
Missile, I apologize. Missile is a player to watch for Excel.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna be executing this B site. Omen's gonna blind through. Reyna's gonna lead in for Exceeli. She finds the first pick on the Jet. Killjoy Ultimate's gonna go down here. Let's see how quick ZTX can respond. 60 does get a pick. He's gonna ult in. Looks like he's gonna wait for the Killjoy field to go out. Now he's gonna go in, take some shots. He's unable to get a kill, but Aztecer does pick one up on the Reyna.
Yeah. Killjoy is on site though. She has her alarm bot ready to go, so they can plant here. But Phoenix hadn't wasted it all. Didn't get any value off that ult though, because the Killjoy ult just effectively just disabled it.
He probably might have wanted to do that sooner.
But it is a 4v2. It's very winnable if they plays correctly. It's only Killjoy on the site by herself. Alarm bot goes off, but Missile gets 2 off the alarm bot. And now it's a 1v2. It's a 1v1 now. Fancy gets a nice headshot, but she's very low. Cypher not at 100% health through the nades on site. He didn't see it though. He goes off Cypher, getting low to half health. It's a 1v1.
Yeah, she's just stalling for time at this point.
There is not another nade though. She runs out, peeks, and gets the clutch. Missile on Fancy, clutching the 2v4, gets a nice headshot, and will continue the momentum for XLE.
Yeah, that was a really good execution. They got the first pick on that Jet, and they're able to get the Killjoy ult down and just easily take site. Like you mentioned, perhaps that Phoenix ult needed to come just a tad bit sooner, and he needed to be a little bit more aggressive with it.
Yeah, and another thing I'm looking at is that most of the times XLE is just winning the gunfights more. So maybe ZTS don't want to fight one-on-ones often. They want to like double team or get the crossfire going.
Yeah, as we see this Jet's creeping up, and Exceeli's gonna make their way towards the middle of the map.
Yeah.
But
and the Omen's helper coming on A. But Omen knows this. He spots it out. He knows he's there. But Exceeli, Omen's just better.
Omen and another pick on the Sova. So now Exceeli's gonna move in towards this A site. Struder's lurking in A main. Perhaps he can make a difference for his team, but they are gonna clear it out, and he gets taken out.
Yep, it's a flawless round. It's just
flawless rounds by Exceeli. Really can tell that these players are on another level.
Yeah, actually just have more experience also because they have been to multiple tournaments in the Bangladesh esports scene.
For those of you watching, this tournament was an open tournament that did have 152 teams participate. We are down to the final four as this is a semi-final matchup between Exceeli
Yes, sir.
and CTX.
I think Excel's gonna hit the B side. They're reading ZTS like a
One
book.
flash is going to go
There's no
through,
one
but
on
there's
sides.
nobody on the B site as ZTX chooses to gamble in mid on an eco round. So they get the free take on B.
They
I'm
get
curious if they're going to
completely
try to
right.
retake this or if they're simply just going to camp for exit kills.
I mean, they do have Sheriff. We've seen this of a pop off with the Sheriff here. Dreamer. But actually, just have the better guns and we'll just win these fights. Blood getting one though. Before he gets taken down by the Reyna. Reyna will end the round effectively.
Wow, and this is going to put up Exceeli 7-0 on the T side.
Yeah, so if you actually look in the pro scene, a lot of teams are starting winning attack side more on Ascent because they're taking these aggressive comps with the breach, and they're just initiating with Reyna and Sova.
Perhaps due to the op nerfs as well, it allows attackers more breathing space, not having to always
Yeah,
fear getting sniped by an op at every single angle.
unless it's Wardell. Unless it's
Wardell.
Wardell.
That's true. Okay, so we're gonna see Exceeli push this A site hard. They do have a breach ultimate they could execute the site with. Let's see if they choose to use that.
I think they will. Breach does have it in his hand right
He's
now.
lining
He
it up.
activates it.
Picks up the omen. The whole site's gonna be cleared, and Exceeli's executing site. Miss
And Reyna
Reyna's
gets a
coming
free
in, and
kill
she
off
gets
that
right
breach right.
behind the Cypher and takes him out. Miss Reyna's just having a field day in the tree.
Ooh, Dreamer though, getting two back of his own, gets a triple, and Blood will take another
Wow.
one. Now all of a sudden it's a 2v1.
Perhaps ZTX can get
Now,
on the board
but
if Dreamer can
Missile
clean this up.
coming back
1v1. He
himself,
knows
who's
he's
the
in
better
hell.
Sova? And Dreamer is just the better Sova, getting the quad kill in the end, clutching around for his team.
Very well done by ZTX as they finally get their first round. Sometimes you just need that first round. That's all you need.
Yeah, they are on the
Next,
board now.
the rest start flowing in after that one. See how they're eco. They're still going to be able to force buy here. Shooter's going to be on a bulldog. That should be okay.
Yeah. I like that they're choosing the op. If you can't win them with rifles, just go the op and just tat them. You know, you like use shotguns, use the op. Like if you can't win the aim duels, you gotta find something else. You gotta figure a way to go against that.
Aztecer takes his first op shot down A main. Fortunately, he does not connect with the arena. The Sova ults pop through mid, just trying to get any sort of information. And it looks like Exceeli's going to try to hit cat area. But they're definitely running down mid. Blood gets a pick on the omen.
Yeah, it's over here. So he's already at pizza.
That's how the defenders back up so much. They give them a lot of space to work with in mid. And I think this might be the problem ZTX is facing right now, is they're just not doing that great of a job of controlling the middle of the map. It allows Exceeli so much space and room to decide which site they want to execute.
I mean, like, what can it do though? They're just losing all their gunfights. They just have Exceeli just have better aim overall. Yes, ZTX are winning some gunfights, but most of the time it's just Exceeli just winning their fights. And what can you do there?
Perhaps ZTX needs to just become more aggressive. I think they're just being a little too passive. Maybe they're just showing them a little bit too much respect, especially in the middle of the map.
Maybe we will see as we go into the 10th round.
See what kind of ults the teams have to work with. They have a Phoenix ult available and a Cypher ult on the defender side. It seems like they're going to be playing a default. Perhaps try to execute the A site as well, but ZTX is leaning more towards the A site as they have two players in tree. They are on an eco round.
Smart clearing out the winding. Make sure Dreamer gets one, but he gets taken out by the Killjoy. And it's gonna be a 4v2 now, 4v1. A Cypher just creeping up with a frenzy. Not a lot he can do there. I think he's gonna get this, yeah, killed by the Reyna. Man, it is a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, and you're really starting to see just how good this Exceeli team is. They're very well coordinated in their attacks and how they execute on these bomb sites.
Yeah, just like you said, Chigley. You can also see by how the Killjoy and Silva play. They have the lineups. They have the nades and the darts. They know where to hit it to get them good value off of it. They just have defense. But if ZTX can just read this really fast, they can just get rid of them really fast and just play close angles with like shotguns maybe to get a lot of value. They do have the Omen with the smokes.
See if Hey Crew, what he can do on this 8 side, as he's been just leading the charge for Exceeli as he sits 16-3 with 5 assists. Absolutely dominating this match. The Omen ult is going to get canceled and caught by the Jet. As this round, Exceeli is definitely playing a default. They get a pick on A. Killjoy ult's going to go down at B. This might shift the defenders towards the B site, as 3 players from Exceeli get ready to take this A site with bomb.
Ooh, they're getting baited so hard right now.
One enemy remaining.
But they're gonna get killed.
Omen falls back towards the spawn. He's got an op. Not sure if he's going to be able to save this. This is just really good gameplay from Exceeli. The way they are executing these sites is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, coming from a
very well.
Team.
We're going to see what Aztecer can do here if he can get a pick. He's going to come in contact with this breach. He's unable to find him. He does hit him in the leg as the breach is able to jump over his shot. And now the teabagging commences just to rub it in a bit more. Get in their heads. I'll be curious to see if how ZTX does on the attack side. As I mentioned earlier, the Ascent typically is seen as a CT-sided map, so it's not looking good for ZTX, but perhaps they can just shake this map off and go on to the next map. Try to pick up a win to even up the series. Alright, so we're going to be jumping in towards the site. Jet's going to get a pick right now. Reyna's going to pop her ult. She's going to get taken out by the enemy Jet. Blood's putting in work on this A site. Now it's all down to Killjoy on Exceeli. She's going to backtrack towards spawn. Perhaps she's going to go for a save. At this point, it doesn't really matter. She only has 12 health. It's the last round and a half. Let's see if she can actually take out some of these ZTX players.
I got the spike.
And pull up the scoreboard, and we notice a couple of the players on ZTX are struggling to have an impact on the match, and this is probably why they're doing so poorly. And Fancy's going to get taken out. ZTX does get another round in, so they go into the second half 2-10. Well, if they can execute better than Exceeli did, then perhaps they'll have a chance. Something that I am curious to see is that Blood did not abuse an op at all. He's on the Jet. Perhaps he should be opping more on this map, but when you're trailing the game the entire time, it's hard to build the economy to chain ops back to back. And when you're playing against a team as dominant as Exceeli, it makes it very difficult to hold anything. So this pistol round, ZTX is going to be pushing up A site. Something that I've noticed, both teams are opting to have 2 players in the tree area. It's not something I've seen very often, but perhaps it's a viable meta strategy to just keep Two people here as the execution on site's going to go down. Exceeli cleans up 2, but it's going to come down to a 2v3 now and a 1v3. Default does get cleaned up by Fancy. And Exceeli's going to go up 11-2. Things are looking really rough for ZTX right now. Now the question is, if you're ZTX, do you force this round? You know Exceeli's going to force, which they are. Question is, do you force or do you save and try to mount a comeback and win out? It looks like they're going to opt to save and let them try and win it out from 12.
Revealing area.
Trying to see ZTX moving up the middle of the bomb. Blood leads the way on the Jet. She gets tagged by the Killjoy bomb. She's going to dash in. Unfortunately, can't get the cleanup on Breach. Players are coming in from Market. They're going to look to execute this B site. One left, and Phoenix does get taken out as we go 2-12. Final round match point for Exceeli. What a dominating performance by Exceeli. Really hope that ZTX is able to turn it around in the second game to have a closer series. I think this match, perhaps they were just caught off guard. Maybe they weren't too sure just how good this Exceeli team would be. But if they want to make a name for themselves, they're going to have to adapt, and hopefully next match we can have a stronger showing.
Shadows traveling. Disappear.
We're going to be moving in. One pick's already been taken out in tiles. Another pick goes down middle of the map. Aztecer's going to have 2 people on him here in mid. He's going to avoid when people push up A main. Aztecer does flick to 1. He doesn't realize that there's another. Going to be a 1v3, and he gets taken out, and Exceeli takes map 1, 13-2. What a dominating performance by Exceeli. I think that whole match, it was simply their round executions on sites were absolutely perfect. Executed sites excellently. We're going to take a short intermission. Next map will be on Split. Exceeli will start off on the attack side once again. ZTX will be defending on Split. Split, another CT-sided map. So hopefully ZTX can have the advantage they need to build some momentum and confidence going up against Exceeli. People are starting to think that Split might be more favored in the attacker side. I think ever since the Sage nerfs happened, it's definitely allowed the attackers some more space to control mid.
Yeah, especially with the triple breach flashes. 3 flashes, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see, both teams running fairly similar comps. Exceeli has a jet, and ZTX is going with the breach
Yeah, looks like Sally's going for
and
the
a
triple
Phoenix
duel.
arena.
They're going for the triple duelist comp.
Teams are
Very
pushing up
popular
Evan.
comp. And I say that. Ooh, Struder, Exceeli? Blood?
Down.
The
This is
HP
really good defending so far by the ZTX.
but Exceeli will not allow them to get the flawless. As they start heading toward 8 side. Omen is on the 8 side though. Will he catch them off guard? He knows they're there.
They do spot one another.
Yes,
Fancy
he did.
wins the 1v1 duel. This is definitely winnable for Exceeli, despite being disadvantaged in a
Yeah,
3v2.
but all players are pretty low. They're not 100% health. Omen gets one. Fancy will get another 2v1 all of a sudden. Fancy will
Wow.
finish it off, and they get the clutch. Exceeli bringing it back, even though they were down 3 people.
Fancy and Service able to win it. That was a 4v2? 5v2?
Yeah, that was a
4v2.
4v2. Oh, that was a 3v2, and then it was a 4v2, and then the Omen got a pick, and then they went to A site with the 3v2.
See how the team's
Yeah.
set up. They're opting to just play one person on A site, 2 in B heaven, and 2 at B.
But I like this from GTX though. They're hitting their shots this time. They're playing much more safer, and they're playing much more.
Jed dashes
Oh, not
in
like
and
that.
takes out blood.
Not like that.
They're gonna rush right up
One
into B
player
heaven
standing.
and just absolutely dominate ZTX. Show
Yep.
them that they are not here to mess around one bit.
So, one side stop. Man.
We'll see. Still early on. The ZTX side is going to be able to buy some guns now. They hopefully can win this round. If they're able to win this round, they can build some momentum. This is a very important round for them.
But they can't play close. They got the Spectre. Spectres have a higher fire rate. And knowing the XLE people, they're going to hit headshots.
That is.
And then get shredded if they don't play far.
Blood's going to Roomba mid. Fish for some information as Exceeli is going to be leaning towards this B site through B main. And the defenders seem to be leaning towards A, and they're going to give some room to work with for Exceeli. And you notice how on Exceeli, none of the players peek this at all to not give away any information to their cipher. They're going to start executing the B site.
This true gets one before he dies too fancy. There's now a 4v3 in favor of XLE. Back Z will even it up and make it a 3v3. Try to bring his team back into the game. And Hellman will assist him with that 3v2 that we've seen XLE clutch before. Will it happen again? Jet gets one, and it's a 1v2 now. It's Reyna. He can definitely clutch this. Gets one, fades out with the orb. Spots the Omen. He knows where he is now. Well, Reyna clutches. He's going around, playing ring around the Rosie, around the pillar now. As he goes around the other corner, Omen spots him. And Omen will finally
take him out. Aztecer, huge round win for ZTX. And what's crazy to me is that even with one person left on Exceeli, the amount of effort ZTX has to put in just to take that one player out, this is going to be a tough one for them, definitely.
Yeah, it is. And they, even though they won, look at their econ. It's horrible. They can't buy guns because they lost that first two
only the
rounds.
Omen lived at the end of that, so they all dropped their guns, and we're gonna see a full buy come out of Exceeli. So even though ZTX wins the round, they're definitely still at a disadvantage. They're gonna have to win this round for sure if they want to fix their eco and put the momentum in their favor.
I don't like these Bulldog picks though, because they know they all have rifles and they know they have the better aim. So I'm not sure if
This is
this
their way
Bulldog
of
pick.
forcing their way into this match. They are at a disadvantage. Perhaps they could have opted to save, knowing that Exceeli was going to have a full buy. Exceeli's going to work this mid straight into B heaven.
Yeah. but they. I'm not. Maybe shotguns would have been better to play close up, try to get aggressive picks, because Jet loves to dash up. Have you seen
And you
multiple times
notice how
before?
slow and methodical Exceeli plays. They don't rush into anything. They just wait enough time to allow the defense to second guess themselves. They clear this A heaven so patiently, and they just explode onto the site.
Carrier is
It's a
Ooh,
gunfight.
actually, getting two before it goes down though. And it'll be a 3v2 for. Nope, never mind. Take that back. It's a 2v2.
2v2. Both
You know.
players are on site. This is good
The Jet is
positioning for the
50%
Exceeli, for the ZTX players, as they have control of over A heaven. Both players are on site. They should know that by the use of utility.
one
Yeah.
enemy remaining.
Now it's a
Cleaned up.
2v1. I don't like that the Jet used ult there. I feel like she could have saved it.
One player remaining.
Oh,
Can he flip
maybe
to her?
not.
He spots her, and the
It's
Jet's
getting
just gonna
real
stall for
close.
time.
Yeah.
Shooter's gonna
This
need
is
to tap the
Exceeli.
bomb soon.
Right click
He
comes
does
out
it.
and yeah, that'll end it. I don't mind you.
Like
All
right
was
there,
actually
he
worth
needed
it
to
there.
Tap that bomb, kind of force her into a position she didn't want to be in.
Yeah, I think the Jet just play smart. I think whatever the Cypher did, Jet would have just played around the corner and play close to the bomb and just right clicked him in the end.
Yeah, she's gonna win that every day.
Yeah. It is unfortunate though.
So now ZTX is on an eco.
Yeah, we've seen ZTX be really nutty with the share. Let's see if they can do it again and clutch her around.
What I will say with the ZTX team, even though they've been losing, they do show signs of some level of coordination as far as how they want to.
Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. The share fame. Not like that though.
Serena's really low. See if Aztecer can pick her up.
Player remaining.
Fortunately, he doesn't.
Just Phoenix by himself in a corner, trapped like a mouse. Well, he's fine Cypher though. Nope.
Show your secrets.
Unable to get a kill there, unfortunately. It was an eco round for them. Default Dreamer, 0-5. He's going to be someone that needs to step it up. A lot of these players on ZTX are going to have to step it up if they're going to want to continue into the finals.
We've seen him pop off on the last match though, so we know he has the potential.
It's true. He was a Sovo, right?
Yeah, he was a Sobo.
Okay.
He's got some clutches.
Alright,
So,
Exceeli's
Exceeli's
going to
gonna-
be leaning towards this B site hard. You have a Raze ult.
Yeah.
I do notice that all these players opt to use the Vandal as opposed to the Phantom, where in the NA scene we see most of the pro players opting to use Phantoms.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to the CS nostalgia where you're so used to everything getting one tap with the Vandal. You know, the Vandal is so similar to the AK. It pretty much is the AK.
We're gonna see this execution on B site.
I know exactly.
Players go down Struder with the spray. Unfortunately, cannot pick up a kill.
Oh, raise a double blast.
If you're
past his mouth.
ZTX, what are you thinking right now? How do you get out of this? How do you win?
Gotta
this?
stop going for the 1v1s. Most of the times you're not gonna win it. Maybe you win once in a while, but it's not consistent. You gotta play shotguns if you need to. You gotta play ops. You gotta
At
save
this
it for an
point,
op.
they're ecoing every other round. They're debating on whether or not they should force. And Exceeli's just chilling. They got
Yeah.
all this economy. They're not breaking a sweat.
For what I'm seeing, the sheriff aim is better than the rifle aim.
At this
They're hitting
point,
more
we might
shots
as well
than
stick to
sheriff.
sheriffs.
Yeah. I mean, I like this 5-man
Dude,
stack
Raze ult
on,
gonna go down.
on mid though.
Jet dashes in. What a pick by Xixi, and the Raze does pick one up on Hate Crew. This gives ZTX some opportunity. If they win this round, they are still in this game. This would be a huge win for them on this eco.
Yeah, it's gonna be real nice if they do get it, but they can't steal that hand after you get the nice vertical headshot onto XL, onto the what's his name, Zolo Gary.
Ooh, third ace. Good
One
pick.
player remaining.
He
Ooh.
gets cleaned up by blood though. Gonna come down all too
Oh, fancy
fancy
winning the
as he
2v1
cleans
with the
two
rifle.
up. Just as I mentioned earlier, even if it's only one of them left and they have 1 health, they don't go down without swinging. Big win though for ZTX. They're gonna pick
Yeah,
up 2
but
rifles. Huge.
This is
eco
what I'm saying. The sheriff aim is just better.
Well, as long as they use the vandals and can hit headshots, then they have a chance.
Like I like
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
stacked mid 5 mid so they could just try to get some picks and trades off. And they did. The Phoenix got a nice entry with the sheriff. But
We're
we need
noticing.
to see them like teamwork on separate sides when they rush his side. They need to get a crossfire going if they all rush heaven. He can't take the 1v5. You gotta back off. Slow him down with the
Exceeli
ball.
is absolutely exploding onto this A side. They already get a pick. They traded out. Breach ult's gonna come in from the side of ZTX. Aztecer takes out Hate Crew. Spike's gonna go down on the A site. However, Omen's gonna get taken out. And Exceeli does have control of the A site. They can get the bomb down.
One enemy remaining.
A Service going on a rampage flanking, and he does get the spray control on the breach.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Excellent
if the
timing.
breach should have even like tried to contest that. Maybe should have backed off 2 ropes. Maybe saved that up.
Yeah, at that point in the round, you probably do have to make that call immediately.
Especially since with the op nerfs with the increase to 5k. That 5k hurts if you
That's
lose
not a
that.
gun you wanna lose. That's the thing with the op. You buy it, you better make sure you hit something with it.
Okay, this is interesting. They're forcing with breach on the Bucky.
Wow. Let's see what this breach does with the Bucky. Fancy does get taken out by blood. Huge pick off the bat for ZTX. We're gonna make it a 5v4 as the attackers try to get into this B heaven.
GTX know they're coming B heaven as they have 2 ready for the thing, and Omen rotates off of it and they execute on it. Jazz is going even though she has a better aim. Gets 2. Easy alt misses the dash though. And we have 5v2 or 4v2.
Crew.
Oh, 31. Favorite of XLE.
Hey Crew is just so aggressive on the arena.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I mean their entire team just knows that they have better aim and better executes. So they're just super aggressive, just dashing into fucking heaven.
Yeah, with no
And
regard
just, like,
for her
yeah,
life. Just killing everything.
They're killing. They're just pressing W.
Yeah,
This is
they're
like
just
Overwatch.
holding
This
W.
is just goats.
Yeah, they're playing. They got their Brigitte, the Reinhardt. They're just running in. Goats. Comp.
Yeah, they're not scared of anything. They're just running.
Now ZTX is on another save round. Let's see if Missile decides to dash into heaven once again. Flash comes out, he dodges it. He does clean up the kill. Gets the trade.
Jax,
Does he
get
check
it?
his close right for the shorty? He does. What a flick on blood.
Yeah,
These
so-
guys are on another level.
One enemy remaining.
yeah.
You know, this is a team. I would be very curious as to how well they would perform against NA teams. And you know, obviously for ping reasons, we won't be able to see that until LANs come into play down the road in the future. But this is a very good team from Bangladesh.
This is a very good team, but you gotta realize that Bangladesh esports is very small. There's not a lot of like.
Well, that's something they need. They need to find that competition for them. You know, in my opinion, if this is a semifinal, it should not be this easy for them. They should definitely be struggling, or at least feel like they have to work for it. This just seems like they're playing an open bracket game.
And
So,
Yep.
very well played by Exceeli.
if they see a lot there, they just gotta back off, throw some mollies, throw some smokes, throw some blinds, or just back off, wait for the team though.
One enemy.
But they're not gonna win that.
So well coordinated. Amazing.
I mean, at this point, it's not even coordination. They're just running it. They're just running it.
They
in.
are, but I think the thing with
Last
Exceeli
round
is
in the
that
half.
they're so methodical in how they execute, and they never really let the defenders read them that well. Some rounds they're playing a default, playing it really slow, creeping up the map. Other rounds they're simply exploding onto the site. Makes it really difficult for the defenders on where they should stack on the map. We've seen them do 2 in B heaven at times, 3 at B side at times.
If you notice, most of them is just a rush. They're just fast. They're just rushing. So if they can read the
Omen
rush,
service is going to go straight into the defender spawn.
Fancy with a nasty double blast pack into the headshot. Oh my gosh.
Raze is going to lead the charge. Fancy coming in with the bazooka.
Actually,
See anybody gonna fire. It's all going to come down to Omen, and he's going to get taken out by missile. And is this what most people
Switching sides.
expected? Do you think, Cubes?
yeah,
Just
I
straight
mean,
domination by Exceeli.
XLE, from what I've heard, they have a lot of radiance on their team. Compared to this new team, we expected this one-sided stomp. But, and XLE just has just more teamwork, more experience. If they have a coach, they have a coach. They're just...
You definitely seem very, very organized. This is what I would expect a high-level team to play like.
Yeah, from what I'm assuming, it's like they're either high immortal or radiant, and ZTX is just maybe like diamond immortal area.
Okay. This is definitely tough as we see Default Dreamer still yet to find a kill. Let's see if he can get his first kill on this pistol round.
We've seen ZTX be really good in these pistol rounds. Watch cut, gets out crazy.
Default Dreamer
kills
finally
million.
gets the first kill. And ZTX are exploding onto this A site.
Spike planted.
As the last 2 Exceeli players are going to come up the flank, but they do have a Cypher trip.
We've seen Jet and Reyna clutch these very easily. These are the
Even
top...
though you are up 5-2, it doesn't feel like you're at an advantage when you're playing against these guys.
Yeah, I mean...
They do clean her up. Default gets on the board with 2 kills. That should be good for his confidence.
ZTX now finally have the momentum. They have a kill in the pistol round. They have the advantage going in. If they win this
They
pistol round,
force here,
they
right?
have...
Yes, right?
You
There's no
have
way
to.
they don't. Yeah, they
You
have
have
to force,
to.
yeah.
You need to keep this momentum going.
That's right. We're going to see 2 Bulldogs and 3 Spectres.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Bulldog.
And it really, look at how the defenders are setting up. They are absolutely giving up B. Unfortunately for the attackers,
Yeah.
they are going A. And not
Actually,
B.
read ZTX like a book. They know what's going on. They know what's
And
happening.
They are executing. The Jets holding this short angle with the judge, Shorty, sorry. Big kills coming down by ZTX. 3v2 now. Last 2 players for Exceeli are on site. Let's see if they make the judgment call to rotate. And the Raze is going to get spotted. She gets tagged up. Taken out by Blood. Big round by ZTX.
Yeah, ZTX needed this. Now they go into the bonus round if they choose to do so. And now they have, and if they lose this, they go to nice, equal. They're not going for the bonus round, I think. They're just buying up.
Well, I think the players that died force. Everyone else obviously would just carry their guns over. But you don't want to, you want to get as many rounds as possible. You don't want to give Exceeli any more rounds if possible, simply because you shift the momentum back in their favor. The way the games have been playing, they need to win every round they can get.
Yeah, and the beauty about Valorant and CSGO game type is it's not as snowbally like a League of Legends game or an Overwatch game. They like every round is a new round and they have chance. The only sole snowball aspect is the econ, but if you have the aim there, you can easily turn it around.
Yeah, that's very true. We just noticed Blood got most of his health taken out by that Raze grenade.
Yeah, Raisinate's hurt a lot.
Defense did, and you notice how quick Exceeli notices they're already at B, and they're quickly pinching them into that corner of the map in B main, and they're just coming into a meat grinder of this Cypher cage and getting taken out. Wow, Fancy just charges in, cleans one up. Excellent defending by Exceeli.
Yeah, it's just really hard because XLE they rotate quickly, and I don't think ZTX have played enough to realize that yet. So they're just executing aside. They're not baiting anything. They're not rotating. They're just full committing to sides. And I think if they realize that XLE they like to full rotate, like to stack sides, they can easily just go rotate to the other side, take side easily. If they only see a one on side, they can easily just take the 5v1, 4v1.
Yeah. I think they need to get a little bit more creative with their attacks. They're a little too predictable, whereas when we saw Exceeli on the attack side, they were very diverse in every single attack they did each round.
Yeah, I think ZTX have they're just playing like a comp game. I don't think they have a lot of teamwork compared to XLE.
So this seems like a team, like these guys have been playing with each other for a while.
Yeah, this just might just be a group of friends just playing with each other.
So let's see how ZTX chooses to execute the site. Struder gets taken out by Crazy. And another pick goes for Exceeli. And Fancy's going to look for a shot with the Bucky. He gets cleaned up. 2v2 now. We see these two, Reyna and Jet, last alive for Exceeli again.
Ooh,
Reyna gets cleaned up. This could be winnable for ZTX.
It is very winnable. They both each have Stinger's the most OP gun in the game. Breach coming up into heaven.
30 seconds left.
Something I noticed, Phoenix does have his ult. He can use it at some point to heal back up. Maybe he runs in and plants. He's going to clear out sight.
Yeah, Missile just realizing he went to the wrong side. They're executing on A.
Spike planted.
And they get the plant down. Phoenix will teleport back.
Starting on the backtrack. So he's going to get information knowing that one is in the heaven. He knows where both players are.
No charges left.
He has that full health. He does clean up the Phoenix, and he knows exactly where the breach is.
It's a 1v1 will Missile clutch this out. Breach just needs to play time here. He has a spike kind of planted for him. He has a spike planted for him in front of him.
There is a spot where he diffuses and he cannot be seen. Breach does need a challenge. He gets taken out by Missile.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for ZTX. And Exceeli just continues to dominate and show why they are arguably the best team in Bangladesh from Southeast Asia.
And ZTX, they didn't really play that properly. It was a 2v1 situation. They played separately, and they're just doing two 1v1 fights. And they were gonna
they chose to take two separate fights with the Jet as opposed to trying to coordinate, a crossfire on her.
Yeah, we'll just stay together waiting for they had spike planted for heaven. They just need to stay. Phoenix had access to heaven through ramps.
He probably didn't need to challenge the Jet in that long gunfight.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the breach ult come in. And all these Exceeli players are down in
this
all
is
the
just
going down in the ropes rooms right now. It's a 3v2.
in favor of
Teams are rotating towards B right now by ZTX. The defense is nowhere near it, so they should have this plant. Cypher camera's gonna spot them.
And Cypher does have these trips to see where they're rotating and where they're playing the. Yeah, there we go. There's one. And he does have another trip on the site. Oh, it gets taken out. Okay.
60 and two of the defenders go down. It's gonna come down to Omen. He's gonna get taken out. Exceeli is going to take this series 2-0. Absolutely dominating win by Exceeli. They're going to move on to the finals.
A victory.
We're expecting them to win this tournament.
Oh, without a doubt. I have yet to see the other two teams, but from what I saw, these guys, they're not joking.
Yeah, they just dominated. I think that's gonna be it for us too. Thank you for watching. I'm here Cubes and Jiggly.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you listening, if you enjoyed my commentary to an extent, I do stream on Twitch at JigglyHS. check me out. Hope you guys all have a wonderful night or evening or afternoon from wherever you may be watching.
Yeah,
We
and
will be back Sunday, I believe.
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
Sunday will be the finals at around
yeah.
roughly the same
Go
time.
check out the Pittsburgh
Exceeli
page.
will be there. Curious
Exceeli
to see
will be
who their opponents will be.
unless they disconnect, which is gonna be unfortunate. Well, that's gonna be it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.